Hi, my name's Steve and welcome to the Seaside Allotment channel, and I'm just going to do a quick update on the plot today and what we've been up to. But I've just escaped from my deck chair, sat down to have my salad, and the deck chair just collapsed. Well, it didn't collapse, the fabric at the base of it just ripped, and I just went plonk straight in, legs up in next to my ears, and it took me ages to get out. I was just absolutely stuck in this stupid deck chair. Anyway, I have a spare. I always have spares. So what are we up to today? Well, on Jennie's plot, Jennie's broken her kneecap, so she can't do anything on a plot. So today I cleared everything, all the remnants basically of the beetroot and the Aztec broccoli and a few cabbages and and the leeks. Well, we've had a really bad time with the leeks. But pretty much, I think we planted them in May, and pretty much all of them went to seed. So we just harvested the ones today that didn't go to seed, but it doesn't matter really, because we've still got plenty, and we've got more space to put more boiled beans and garlic in. So that bed's been cleared. I'll just pop a photo up now of that, and I just mulched it. We spent mushroom compost, put a little bit of seaweed meal down as well, and so that is now already. Half the bed's going to be raw beans, the other half is going to be garlic. So that's that. Back on my plot, cut down all of the asparagus, and that makes a big difference to the plot. It adds a lot more light, and so that's nice, because one of the beds that's right behind the asparagus, which is to the south of the bed, so it was really shading it, I've just put the onions in. So half of that bed is spring onions, and the other half is a mix of stir-on, which is a main crop onion, but you can grow it over winter, and tough ball, which is another overwintering onion. And we've got another bed of those on Debbie's plot, which we planted a few weeks ago. And this one we're going to leave under the little low tunnel that they're in, probably until maybe March time next year. So hopefully that will mean we'll get some early onions. So we'll see how that goes. Debbie also cleared the last of the peppers and the chili peppers, so the only ones we've got now are in the conservatory at home, and the ones that are in the polytunnel that were transplanted from that bed that we just cleared, because they've still got loads of chili peppers on them, so I really don't want to just compost them. And that meant we got a nice little bed with a low tunnel on it, which I've planted carrots in. And I planted Napoli. I'll show you the packet later. I sowed those last year about the same time in October. I sowed them in containers in the polytunnel. So this time, and they did really well. We had carrots really nice and early. I think maybe the beginning of May, if I remember correctly. Maybe a little bit before then. Anyway, so this time I'm going to grow them in one of these little low tunnels, because I've got it spare. I don't really have anything else of higher priority to go in it, so yeah, we'll give carrots a go and we'll see how they do. Now, carrots are always a real pain to get germinated, especially under cover, because obviously it's warm under cover, because they need moist soil all the time for the whole germination period. So I've put down, I don't know what it's like a shade cloth. I've used it loads of times with carrots and it works really well. It's just a woven plastic cloth. You could use hessian or something like that as well, but this is just what I've got. And it just holds the moisture in the soil. So even if it's a sunny day, I can leave that little hoop tunnel closed, and I won't have to keep popping down to the allotment every day to water. But the benefit is obviously those carrots are getting nice warm weather for germination underneath that little low tunnel. So got that done, and what else have I got? I'm just looking on my little bench, see what I did. Oh, blight. Yeah, the Christmas potatoes all got blight, so that is a bit of a blow. Now we've got another batch of Christmas potatoes at home they still seem to be okay. So my lips are really dry, so I have to keep licking them. And so yeah, I pulled the stalks out of them all and got rid of those. Well, some people compost them, but in our case we're not composting them, we just pop them in the green bin. And I've done one sample harvest of one of the containers. I'll show you that in a minute just to see what we've got, and there are some little marks on some of those potatoes, so whether those are blight or not I don't know, but obviously they could be eaten pretty soon and so it won't matter. So other than that, I think that's pretty much it. We just keep on ticking along. We've still got quite a bit to plant, but we've got no beds to plant it in right now, so we just, as we clear beds, we'll get them planted. But the beds that we've still got with the summer veg in it, they're still really productive, so there's really no big driver to get those cleared, because the seedlings are holding pretty well in the polytunnel that are going to go in those beds. So I think with that I shall call it a day. Quick update, I'll just show you a few little bits and pieces that we managed to scavenge off the plot while we were clearing the beds. So these are the carrots called Napoli, and if you look them up they will basically say you plant them in spring and summer, maybe very early autumn, but as I said, I had good success with these, and other people have as well, so, but not outside, obviously not at this time of year. So there's a few leeks, quite nice. That's the second batch of leeks we've had, and as I said, that's all of our leeks gone now, but we've got so much other stuff, we're not really going to miss them. These are the potatoes and a few little scrappy carrots that we managed to find, and I'll show you there. Look, that's a little mark. So I'd be interested to know whether people think that is blight or whether it's just rotting or whatever. A few little bits and pieces of peppers, one little sweet pepper. We have had such an amazing crop from these little low tunnels. The one that I just planted the carrots in, fantastic. Last of the courgettes, so that's all finished. And these are the little chili pepper plants that I transplanted, so I've got a few of those there, and one more down there. So that's it. And then this is what I mean about having plenty of stuff ready to go when I do eventually clear the few beds that I've got left that are not planted with their winter veg. So I've got some lovely stir on spring onions there. I've got some more spring onions here. These are white Lisbon. Germination's not so good. That batch there, that was an old packet, and that was a new packet of seeds. So you can see the difference. Really doesn't take long for onion seeds to go off. And I won't dwell on these because I'm sure you've seen them if you follow my videos. These are all my spares, just to fill beds that open up. So, I hope you like that super quick video, and I'll see you soon.